If you are 70 years old, stay quiet after disrespect. At 70 years old, you've seen it all. You've walked through decades of life's highs and lows, gathered wisdom through experiences, and earned every gray hair as a badge of honor. But even with all that life has taught you, there will be moments when someone knowingly or unknowingly disrespects you. It could come from a stranger, a coworker, or even someone you love. In those moments, you might feel the urge to respond, to defend your honor, or to correct their ignorance. But let me tell you something, silence, when used wisely, can be your most powerful tool. Staying quiet in the face of disrespect doesn't mean you're weak or that you're letting them win. It means you are choosing yourself, your peace, your dignity, and your wisdom over engaging in negativity. This article is about why staying quiet matters, especially at this stage of your life, and how it can transform the way you handle disrespect while preserving your hard-earned peace. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. One, wisdom speaks through silence. At 70 years old, your wisdom is a treasure shaped by decades of challenges, triumphs, and the countless lessons life has taught you. This wisdom allows you to see situations for what they truly are. Not every slight deserves a response, and not every rude remark deserves your energy. The world often confuses loudness with strength, but you know better. True strength lies in restraint, in choosing when to speak and when to stay silent. Silence, at its core, is a profound expression of wisdom. When faced with disrespect, it takes courage and clarity to step back instead of stepping into the fray. By staying quiet, you signal a depth of understanding that words could never convey. It says, "I have lived long enough to know this is beneath me." Silence doesn't mean you agree with what was said. It means you've chosen to respond in a way that preserves your peace and dignity. It is a decision to rise above. Think about the power of silence in your life. Reflect on moments when you remained quiet in the face of rudeness, only to see the other person falter in their conviction. People who act disrespectfully often expect a reaction. They are braced for conflict, eager to defend themselves or escalate the situation. But silence disarms them. It forces them to confront their behavior, often making them feel the sting of their own words more than any comeback ever could. Wisdom isn't just knowing when to speak, it's knowing when not to. Silence gives you control over yourself and the situation. It ensures that your emotions don't dictate your actions. This level of composure is not always easy to achieve, but it is the hallmark of a person who truly understands the value of peace. At 70, you have nothing to prove, and that in itself is liberating. 2. Choosing your peace over their chaos. At this stage in life, peace is not just a desire, it's a necessity. You've lived long enough to know how precious it is to feel calm and centered, free from unnecessary drama. When someone disrespects you, it can feel like an invitation to chaos, a pull into their storm of negativity. But you have a choice. You can engage, or you can protect your peace. And let's be clear, protecting your peace is not a sign of weakness. It's an act of profound strength. Disrespectful people often thrive on reactions. They feed off the energy they pull from others, using conflict to validate their own anger, insecurity, or unhappiness. When you choose not to respond, you deny them that satisfaction. You create a boundary that says, "Your negativity stops here." This doesn't mean you're ignoring what happened. It means you're prioritizing your well-being over their need for attention. Imagine your peace as a garden you've spent years cultivating. You've tended to it with care, planting seeds of joy, watering relationships that nurture you, and removing the weeds of negativity. Allowing someone's disrespect to provoke you is like letting them trample through that garden. Instead, your silence becomes a fence, a quiet but firm barrier that protects everything you've worked so hard to build. By choosing silence, you remind yourself that you are not responsible for someone else's behavior, you are responsible only for your response. And silence is a powerful response. It tells the world that you value your energy and won't let anyone take it from you lightly. This is not avoidance, it's self-preservation. It's saying, I refuse to let you pull me into your chaos because my peace is more important than proving a point. In the end, choosing your peace over their chaos isn't just about the moment, it's about the life you want to live. At 70, you deserve days filled with joy, contentment, and the quiet satisfaction of knowing you are in control of your life. Sometimes, the best way to protect that is to stay quiet and let the storm pass. 3. Teaching through silence. At 70, you've become a living library of lessons. Your experiences, wisdom, and resilience have shaped the person you are today. Whether you realize it or not, you're constantly teaching those around you. Every action, every word, or lack thereof, is a lesson, especially in how to navigate challenges with grace. Silence, though subtle, can be one of the most powerful lessons you offer. When you encounter disrespect and choose to remain silent, you're demonstrating something profound, the ability to rise above. You show others, especially younger generations, that dignity is not found in petty arguments or heated exchanges, but in restraint. People are always watching, your children, grandchildren, friends, and even strangers. When they see you maintain your composure, they learn that there is strength in patience and honor in self-control. Silence doesn't just teach others how to handle conflict, it teaches them about self-worth. By refusing to engage, you're sending a clear message: I value myself too much to waste energy on negativity. That kind of confidence is rare, and it leaves an impression. The people who love and respect you will notice your example, and even those who disrespected you will feel the weight of your quiet dignity. But here's the real beauty of teaching through silence: it's not about proving anything to others. It's about showing them what peace looks like. In a world that often rewards loudness, your silence becomes a beacon of calm, a reminder that sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. Through your quiet strength, you teach others not only how to handle disrespect, but also how to value their own peace above the noise of the world. 4. Understanding the source of disrespect. Disrespect, at its core, is rarely about you. It's a reflection of the other person's inner turmoil, a mirror of their own struggles, insecurities, and frustrations. At 70, you've likely encountered enough people and situations to recognize this truth: hurt people hurt people. While this doesn't excuse their behavior, understanding it can help you let go of the sting their words or actions might cause. Think back to a time when someone disrespected you. Were they angry, stressed, or overwhelmed? Perhaps their behavior was a projection of their own unhappiness or inability to deal with life's challenges. When you view disrespect through this lens, it becomes easier to detach from it emotionally. You see it for what it truly is, a reflection of them, not a measure of your worth. This perspective doesn't make the disrespect less hurtful, but it does give you the power to choose how you respond. Instead of reacting with anger or frustration, you can step back and say, "This isn't about me. That understanding allows you to stay grounded and preserve your inner peace. It's not about letting them off the hook, it's about refusing to let their chaos become yours. When you understand the source of disrespect, you might even feel compassion, not as an act of forgiveness, but as an acknowledgement of their humanity. Life has taught you that everyone is carrying a burden you cannot see. While their behavior may be unacceptable, it doesn't have to define how you feel or how you respond. In choosing not to take their disrespect personally, you free yourself. You let go of the need to defend yourself or prove your worth because you already know who you are. Their words or actions cannot diminish the value of a life well lived. And in that understanding, you find the strength to stay quiet, to let their negativity bounce off you, and to walk away with your peace intact. 5. The strength to let go. At 70, life has taught you that holding on to pain, anger, or resentment is like carrying a heavy bag on a long journey. It doesn't serve you, and it slows you down. Letting go isn't about pretending something didn't happen or denying the hurt, it's about choosing freedom over the weight of negativity. And sometimes, silence is the first step toward that freedom. Letting go requires strength. It's not easy to release the urge to correct someone, defend yourself, or demand an apology. But when you choose to let go, you're telling yourself, I value my peace more than I value being right. That's a lesson that often takes decades to learn. You understand that clinging to a moment of disrespect only binds you to it, allowing it to take up space in your mind and heart that could be filled with joy, love, or gratitude. Silence is your way of saying, this doesn't control me. It's a conscious decision to release the situation into the wind, trusting that the truth has a way of revealing itself in time. Letting go doesn't mean you condone the disrespect or that you're weak. It means you've chosen not to let someone else's behavior define your day, your mood, or your life. Think about the power of walking away, carrying nothing but your dignity and self-respect. You've lived through enough to know that time has a way of putting things into perspective. The sting of disrespect fades, but the peace you maintain by letting go becomes a lasting part of who you are. It's not about what they did, it's about who you choose to be in response. Letting go is not just strength, it's wisdom in action. 6. Setting boundaries without words. There's a quiet power in setting boundaries without ever raising your voice. At 70, you've learned that the most profound statements are often the ones left unspoken. Silence can establish a boundary far more effectively than words, especially when it comes to disrespect. It's not about ignoring the behavior, it's about making it clear that you won't engage in it. When someone disrespects you, they're testing your limits, whether they realize it or not. Responding in anger or frustration only invites them to push further, but silence creates an undeniable line in the sand. It says, I see what you're doing, but I will not lower myself to your level. In that silence, you take back control. You refuse to let them pull you into a game that you have no interest in playing. Setting boundaries through silence is a powerful form of self-respect. It allows you to maintain your composure and your peace while showing others that you have no tolerance for negativity. Over time, people learn how to treat you based on how you react, or don't react. Your silence becomes a signal, I will not engage with negativity. And the beauty of this approach is that it requires no explanation, no justification, it simply is. But boundaries aren't just about keeping disrespect out, they're also about keeping your peace in. At this stage of life, you understand how valuable your time and energy are. You've earned the right to spend them on things and people that uplift you. Silence is a way of prioritizing yourself, of protecting the life you've built. It's not just a boundary, it's a statement of self-worth. By choosing silence, you're showing others, and yourself, that you deserve respect, not because you demand it, but because you embody it. And that quiet confidence speaks louder than any words ever could.